Coach, coming off of Houston's big win, what's kind of the main focus tonight or today in practice?
Just about us. I mean, I thought we learned a lot about some areas that we could have been a whole lot better in, in that first quarter, especially just our kind of fundamental rotation. So today was kind of like just a, cleansing day, just going back and, especially this stretch at home with a lot of home games and a lot of, great practice time in the middle of the season, which is pretty rare, just to really focus on us. We'll get to Cleveland, come tomorrow, but continuing to just encourage how our style of play on the offensive end is trending in a great direction, the unselfishness, the execution, in a variety of different ways, how we're, sharing the ball, a lot of different situations. And then defensively, obviously Harden presents a unique challenge that you don't see throughout the league, every single night, but really talked about how just our fundamentals can carry us in those nights and, every other night, even moving forward. So it was good to kind of touch that, clean up some things, have a hopefully competitive, efficient practice and save some juice for tomorrow.
You were pretty pleased with the defense in the fourth quarter, obviously against Harden, but is that kind of something that's been really good during the stretch where he has been closing out games, just defensively getting those stops when needed?
Yeah, I mean, I think last night was a great growth moment, and we've been seeing that in games leading up to the other night. But how our guys have just been kind of just getting better, defensively from the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. But uh, moments like that in the fourth quarter, you're going to need it on both ends. So continuing to play with the pace that we needed, some big time assists, to build some runs for us, build momentum, and then defensively just the discipline. We talked about that a lot going into the game. How our discipline had to be great. The free throw attempts were much lower than they were in the first quarter, and pretty much throughout the rest of the game. The big time stops. I mean, I thought our team defense was at an all-time high. We hadn't seen that defense in the fourth quarter for a while, but the fact that our guys are clamping down, progressively from quarter to quarter, especially in that fourth quarter, closeout wins, that's huge. Obviously you need to make, it's a make-miss league. You got to make shots and stuff in the fourth quarter, but to come out and set a tone defensively, that's huge for us.
Do you think it's kind of been trending that way though, because you were able to kind of do it against the Spurs and the Warriors,
Yep.
kind of in those third and fourth quarters? Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's credit to these guys that we just get better throughout the game. Sometimes it's adjustment based, sometimes it's just a little bit harder execution of what you're running. I think fortunately our offense has been in a good spot from the first through the fourth quarter. But naturally defensively you're just going to have to just figure out different spots to attack and clean up a little bit, depending on what the opposition's doing. But for us in those recent games to have defensive focus and urgency at a higher level, it's been big for us.
How gratifying is it that these guys are starting to get a little national attention for how they're playing, and is it something that you felt like you need to talk about in terms of, it's nice, but
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys, they carry themselves with a humble mentality. We talked about that from the beginning of the season, even when we were getting, just a couple wins here and there. So obviously, it's great that, these guys are getting the recognition for how they're playing. I mean, they're playing a great style of basketball. They're playing together. They're playing competitive. But the fact that we just come in every single day and we know when we need to work and, just get ready for the next opponent, but a lot of times just focus on us. So these guys have carried that mentality from day one. And, obviously, hopefully we're winning more ball games and there's more attention coming, and they just keep sticking with that same humble, work ethic approach, and that just takes you day in and day out.
The extreme confidence that your team shows, young team out there, you've got a lot of really young guys, including a rookie point guard, and they play with tremendous confidence. Is that built system-wide? Was that a point of emphasis to begin with, knowing their personality types, or is that a natural thing that just is no matter what would have happened this year?
I think it's a combination of both. I definitely think the personalities play a big role in it for sure. I mean, the chemistry that these guys have, you talk about confidence, there's confidence individually, these guys, the work that they put in, they see how, it took time to get comfortable in their own skin, in this system, not just, how they're going to work with their teammates, but the fact that they have confidence in each other, they get excited when their teammates are playing well. A lot of different lineups out there, different lineups finishing games. Everyone is low ego. They want to go out there and impact when they get their opportunities, but they celebrate when it's, the team, and that's the big focus. So the fact that these guys, they're doing it organically is also a big thing. Winning breeds a lot of that confidence, but, to get to that point, to, the stretch that we're on right now, I think these guys had confidence in the work, playing together, but they spent a lot of time on their individual work. And then when they're out there on the floor, the fact that we're built on, it's not just one guy's job to, make an impact on either end of the floor, and everyone can make an impact and have a role. And, we show them that everyone's having a role. I think they enjoy that.
Coach, the team has got a lot of national attention, but you're starting to get a lot of attention as well, as far as your philosophy, your coaching style, things like that. How are you dealing with the attention that you're getting?
I just focus on the team. Obviously it's great. Whatever attention we're getting, hopefully it's positive publicity. But I just pour it all back into these guys. And I'll be the first one to say, it's our staff. Our players and our staff. What the staff does. Not just for me, but for our guys every single day. Keeping these guys fresh every single night so they can go out and compete at a high level. The amount of stuff that we do on a team level, but you hear me talk so much about the individual growth, and that is a lot of credit to our assistants, our performance staff. So, they should be getting the attention too. But the fact that we just come in and work every single day, that's what we're focused on, for us, day in and day out.
Given everything that happened Tuesday night, and who was against, and stuff that went viral, is fearless as good a word as there is for Josh?
I think fearless is a great word. He's the ultimate competitor. He loves doing it in the team scope for sure. But we knew that when he was coming in, that this is a guy that's going to be fearless. He's not going to back down. He's going to strive for the big moments, but he's also going to strive to just elevate his game. Just constantly learning and growing. These moments, over the first 41 games, have presented so many different things for him, and he's fearless in his approach of how he gets better. Not just the highlights that you see on the play. It's all product of his fearless approach to his game.
It seems like he was taking it personal with Harden, like when he sagged off, but he seems to channel that in a productive way.
I told someone the other day, obviously he's got to enjoy those moments. You got to let the competitive fire come out, but then he quickly switches gears and gets to the next play, figures out how he's got to get a stop or ignite a break the next time around. But for us, you've got to enjoy when you're playing well. But I'm big in believing you got to enjoy it, but then you got to have a quick next play mentality and get on to the next task.
If fearless has been his approach to the first 41 games, how would you describe your approach to the first 41 games?
Just empowering these guys every single day. My job's to try to put them out in the best position possible, try to create an environment where they get excited to work to come every single day. So for me, just, I want to take a back seat. I want these guys to go out there and just have fun, and, the work environment that we've created here, let them, be, owners of that too. Let these guys, you talk about the confidence and the belief. It's a lot of them. Obviously, I know myself and our staff, we have a role, but I don't. I just focus on just working every single day and enjoying this opportunity that I got.
This is kind of abstract. What is the key when you're new coming into a situation? What is the key to earning their trust and developing those meaningful relationships that carry you through a season?
Yeah, relationships is the key. So, spending a lot of time just one-on-one with these guys. Being honest with them too, honest with them in one-on-one situations, honest with them in front of the group, so everyone knows that hopefully everyone's getting the same love and care. We teach hard, we teach from the positive, we teach from the negative, but it's all to help them individually and collectively get better. So when you can do that, it's because these guys enable you to create that relationship, so they know that you have their best interests at heart, and the reverse can be said. They have my best interests at heart, because at the end of the day, it's all about the team. So it starts with relationships. It started way back in the summer, and it's a day in and day out process. That's why I talk about my staff so much, because obviously they're an extension of me. The feedback they provide the players for me, and the players provide to them back to me, and me directly to them. It's great, and it takes everyone in this building to make that happen.
You mentioned the improvement defensively that you've seen. How much of that relates to the improved switching capabilities with Jaren, and being able to switch 1 through 5 with him, and the things that he can do both at the rim but also in the perimeter?
Yeah, and I think it's been a huge, add for, our arsenal on the defensive end. We've kind of stuck to our basics for the majority of the season and sprinkled in the reds here and there, but we want to be aggressive in all of our coverages. We want to be aggressive in center. We want to be aggressive when we're switching, and I think it's unleashed him to continue to be active. You see all his, one-on-one defense, the discipline. I think it forces him to create more disciplined habits. He's more active. He's blocking more shots. It's playing to the strengths of these guys. It's taking us time to continue to learn what these guys are effective at defensively, but it just gives us another, thing to go to defensively when we know we got to pick it up. We can still make big strides. Obviously, our offense playing well has kind of ignited the defense a little bit more, but you can also see when our defense is playing well, that really helps our offense.
You have the Cavs coming in tomorrow, a team that's had its struggles but got the best you guys earlier this year. What do you need to do to keep this winning streak going here?
It always starts with us. So we'll attend to the Cavs tomorrow. Dive into our game plan. Know that obviously we lost the first game in their building. We got to hold serve here, but in order to do that, we just got to continue our trend of how we're playing. We're competing. Defense has got to be a focus of ours going into the game. Coming in with that mentality, that edge, and then continue to play unselfish. As simple as that. It's a simple recipe. Let them go out. Just have fun playing basketball, playing together, and just enjoy those opportunities.